Because we do a lot of GOMOR rebuttals in Korea, and for whatever reason, we do a lot in Korea, U.S. Army, Japan, and in Hawaii. For whatever reason, we do a lot out there. So a commander general may be out there for 2 or 3 years. He knows our law firm.
Mm-hmm.
He knows when something comes across his desk from Bilecki Law Group, you need to pay attention to it. And so every single rebuttal is, hey, your command failed you. It's the same old hat. It gets overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
So only play that card when it's warranted. It goes back to credibility. You have to have credibility. And there are other times when your client is the villain, right? Where your client, it's obvious they've screwed up. It's obvious they've had issues. And sometimes you got to fall on your sword and explain why things happen. And when you do so many of these, and a command general just read your GOMOR rebuttal, throwing his entire chain of command under the bus. And then the next one is, bottom line up front, Staff Sergeant Smith, it admits to the misconduct, is essentially appreciative that he was receiving it out of GOMOR, but here's this soldier's backstory as to why this occurred. Here's the extenuating mitigating events and why this should be locally filed. That has a lot more credibility now, right? Because they're not all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And what these CGs see through TDS is the same thing over and over and over and over again because there's a template. They go into TDS. TDS isn't staffed to do this type of work. I used to run a TDS office in a prior life in Korea. I understand that. You don't have time to do 20 GOMOR rebuttals in a week. You're just not staffed for that. So you give a template, and the template and the soldier usually ranks the GOMOR rebuttal, and you may edit it. And they always lose because it's the same thing over and over and over again. So it goes back to each one of these GOMOR rebuttals, no matter where you're at, what type of case, must be handcrafted. It can't be McDonald's.